So we're currently at the Torq Traction event, which one of the gents came down to the studio and asked us if we would be able to basically attend, and I didn't think I was going to be able to. Now, he did say to us we should have brought the challenge cars from the 1K Tour, and I thought, no, not on a track day. I don't want to take that. I could take the proper track car that we've got, but that needs trailering, and I didn't really have time to do it. Could have brought the M2. It's probably a little bit too loud, so I've brought the Porsche. Perfect track car. Not for this track. We've just been round it. It looks really challenging, really tactical, but it's extremely short. And the truth is, I think the Porsche's got way too much power, and I don't think it's going to be on boost enough to do what I need to do. And then we actually saw the cars that are around us, and quite frankly, Dan Zara is more in the league of what's currently here, because there's some seriously cool cars here, but they are what you'd probably call as bangers, or literally just quick challenge cars in effect. And there's a Fiesta ST over there, there's two Nissan Micras, I don't even know what some of the other ones are. There's a Z4 2.8, there's some really random stuff, but to be fair, they're probably the better car to have brought. And ideally, if I didn't sell it last night, I should have probably brought the Alfa Romeo GT, because I think that would have been perfect on here, where truthfully, the Porsche is just massively overkill. So I think Dan's going to be taking the Zara out, and I've got to be honest, I've got a feeling we're going to have a lot more fun in the Zara than we are in the actual Porsche.
Now, what I have got to say is I didn't know what this event was actually going to be about, and it was a networking event to bring local businesses together. And the truth is, I didn't expect it to be what it was, and it ended up being one of the best events I'd ever been to. So if you've ever spoke with these guys or seen their website, I would certainly get in contact with them, because the things that they can offer really can make a big difference, especially to a smaller business.
Now, something you don't see every day is a Cosy, and the Cosy that's on comp-motive wheels as well. That's probably the coolest car that's actually here. So I've actually surprised myself with the Porsche. Truthfully, it actually works on this track really well. The issue is with some of the sections, and we're not allowed to film in the car because I haven't brought the right equipment, and we're also not allowed to give any times out as well. But when we did the second lap just on there, because they've turned it into a 2-lap course, I didn't have the boost really to get going. But what I am going to say is there's a lap time that's an average in the low 40s. We nearly halved it, which says how fucking fast this Porsche is, and I don't know this track at all. I really wish I could give you proper lap times. I really wish I could get the camera to actually show everything in there. We're not allowed to, and I'm not going to do it because it isn't fair, and I do want to come back again. And I actually think we've set up a new challenge. So we've done the 1K Tour. We're going to be doing the 1K Tour again, and there's a couple of people here actually wanting to book onto that already. That is going to be live. I think by the end of next week. I need to get the website properly up and running in order to take your bookings for that, but that is going to be coming up for those that are asking. But I think we're going to be coming here again, and we're going to be working with the guys over from Torq, and we're going to be trying to do a £1,000 track car challenge to see who can get what on here, because we're allowed to time while we're here, we're allowed to talk about it, but we just can't film it. So we can have a bit of a challenge when we come here, but that's something we're going to be talking about later on today, because on the way home, myself and Dan are going to be buying 2 more cars, and that's because we've already decided we are going to do the £1,000 track day car challenge, and we're about to buy 2 cars that are probably absolutely knackered and not worth buying for the next event. So probably one of the fastest cars here today. Apparently it's just shit itself.
No, gear linkage.
Oh, is it the linkage? Oh, the two little linkages.
Two little linkage.
Are they like on a white pod out there?
On a white pod with
yeah. I remember that years ago. Yeah.
The rubber gets slapped.
Yeah.
And then it pops off.
Do you know what? Years ago when I didn't know anything about cars, mine did it. It sat on the drive for a month, and then I looked at it one day and pushed something on. It worked. And I was like, oh, that's a gear link.
The beauty of this, you know, from '97. Our Ford mechanics, all fumers and all Fiestas.
Yeah.
I cut my teeth on. Does it look like this out there then?
It's fast.
Does it?
Yeah. Squeals a bit there.
Yeah, I can't.
Maybe different
I
tyres
need
or
some different
something.
tyres.
Yeah,
Especially on the front. I'm not too fussed about it.
Yeah,
on the back,
no,
so I
it's
want
the
it
front. You can hear the front sliding out when you
I'm
hit there.
understeering constantly.
Well, doing the second lap, and that's
I'd
your
be
tyres.
better just backing off a bit, to be honest, but that's like against the law, isn't it? Exactly. Why? I didn't come to back off.
I've got to say, the lad in this, he can drive. Yeah. He's never done a track day. He's built this himself. He's put LSD in himself. He's a clever kid, and honestly, I don't know, but he's just. I've said to his dad, I said, "This is a clever kid," and he. Do you know, he took me out, and I expected nothing. I was like, "This is just going to be a lad having a bit of fun." I was like, "Mate, just cut that a little bit. Just drive." I'm like, "He's quick, really quick."
Yeah, he's neat.
Really.
With more of what we've had this morning. The only kind of difference is, obviously this afternoon, we're going to be doing some of the street networking. So we've done some trial sessions this morning, being told off, so we're now figuring out a way that we can do it. So this afternoon we'll be probably taking the micro on the main track and doing some speed networking. So this will be a way to be able to sit in the passenger seat. As we go around the track, we want to know what your business does. And then we're going to put them all in a collection of videos at the end where we'll put them all out onto YouTube, on social, so you can all kind of see your own elevator pitch as we go around the track. That'll be this afternoon. So, Caden, here, we'll go and sit on Torq Traction. He'll be kind of calling you, go, if you want to go jump in the micro, have a little run round, and we'll video you as you're going round.
So now we're actually on the lunch break. We've been allowed to put the cars on here, which we don't normally allow to be done, but because obviously we're on a break, they've cornered it off and let us put the cars on here. We're going to get a couple of photos now of them, and actually just, I think, again, for Dan, this is going to be great because that car has done so much for him on that tour with no issues. It's just nice to be able to do something else for it. And I am a little bit gutted that I didn't have the Alpha, but at the same time, we sold it last night to a gent and his son, and they're going to restore it. And I think bringing that here probably would have knackered the car, to be honest with you, more than it needed to be, and it's nice to see that someone's actually going to be able to restore that. But anyway, we're going to jump in the cars now, we're going to grab something to eat, and the next thing we're going to be doing is seeing how this Zara actually performs on track. And also we'll be able to find out if the brakes are really that bad, or it will just Dan stressing while he were in Wales. Right, so I've just met this young lad here, and he's taken me out in the MX-5. Now, I'm going to be totally honest, I did not expect this car or this lad to drive like he did on track. I actually was in the car doing a timing lap. We're not allowed to time, by the way, but just for benefits. And I generally thought I was just going to sit in the car and just kind of chill out. And this lad sent this car. And then on the second lap, or the second session round, give him a few little tips. Not that I'm a pro by any means. And he saved 8 seconds on his lap. And I can honestly say, this is one hell of a car, but the reason for it is he's actually told me how much he's done on the car himself and what's involved. So first of all, sorry, what is your name?
Zach.
Zach, Mitch. So Zach, tell these guys exactly what you've actually done to this car yourself.
So, bought the car a couple of months ago, 3,800 quid, bog standard, seemed completely fine. Over the past few months, it's been in many pieces. I've put the 6-speed LSD in to match the brand new 5-speed gearbox, so I get a better final drive. Got poly bushings all around, done a bit of work on the brakes, like a new gearbox, 2-litre engine's been done up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a few bits and bobs here, but apart from that, it's...
Now it says just a few little bits and here and there, and the honest answer is, how old are you?
20.
He's 20 years old. He's fitted the LSD himself, he's changed the gearbox, he's done all the engine work, he's done all the bushes. This is a lot of mechanical stuff that most people will not be able to do at home, especially at 20 years old. Now, I've been messing with cars I don't even going to say how many years. I'm 47. I was building cars at 13. Back in the day, I was more mechanical than I am now. That's the reality. Stuff is harder now, and I don't actually remember it anymore because my brain's a bit fried. But at 20 years old, I was not replacing things like LSDs and taking gearboxes out. And I think there's a lot of respect to be after this lad for him building it the way it is, and actually this car being this good. So a massive thank you to the guys over at Torq Traction, who are very local to us, and Chris actually came into the studio, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, and just invited us over. And truthfully, I didn't think I was going to be able to even get to the event just because of the amount of work we've got in. And then I looked at what was involved and how much he's put into it, and I decided I was going to work a few night shifts just to get some work out. So today I actually had a day free, and I'm really glad I have, because it's let me bring this car out, which when we got here this morning, truthfully thought it was way too much of a car for the short track that we're actually on, but it's just shown how good this car actually is. But actually that's not the important part, and that's not the exciting part of what I'm here today with, because I'm a bit jealous that Dan has still got the Zara, where obviously last night we sold the Alfa Romeo GT. And that's because I actually wanted to do something like this with the 6 team members that came on the 1K Tour Challenge, which if you haven't seen yet, go on YouTube, watch the video. It's the best adventure we've ever done. And it's definitely going to be a thing that we're going to be doing. But what I wanted to do is find a track and find somewhere where we could have actually took all 6 cars and given them a bit of a run for the money to see if anyone broke down or what these £1,000 cars actually did. And Dan's got to do that today, and he's actually been out and done 6 or 7 laps in this car on this course, and he's actually been pretty damn good. Now what we're going to be doing next is Dan's going to be driving the car while I'm passenger, and then we're going to be swapping over, and then we're going to be seeing how much faster I am than Dan in his car, and is Dan's car going to break down today or not?